All right, y'all. So, unfortunately, I do have to give y'all an update as to what's going on with The Rock's water bottles because I remember I had talked about this story when it first came out, when the reports were first made, especially after that whole fiasco with Black Adam. I guess The Rock now has this movie coming out. It's called Red One. I guess it's some Christmas movie, girl, that nobody's gonna see. He in it with Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, J.K. Simmons. Like, they really trying to make some money, even though, like, that is just, this movie's gonna flop, like, 100%. 100%. So I think after those reports of what The Rock was doing with his water bottles came out, I guess now they're out here trying to clean it up, no pun intended. They're trying to clean it up with this article from GQ that I'm going to get into. I mean, they even got Chris Evans in this article, who's also obviously in the movie, out here, in GQ, sounded just corny, it sounded foolish to me. Either way, let's talk about it. All right, so like I said, this is coming from GQ. I'm not going to read the full article. If you want to see the full thing, make sure you check the link in my description. Now, picking up here, it says, in decades of public life, most celebrities will at some point wander into a scandal, real or manufactured. But it took all the way until 2024 for Johnson to meaningfully find one. And it's just, I guess, by whatever metrics you want to use, but I'm like, girl, we've been on your trail, The Rock, for quite some time. I don't think it's just 2024 that, you see what I'm saying? We've been on your case. Okay. Earlier this year, the online trade publication The Wrap published a piece alleging that Johnson was chronically late to the set of Red One, frustrating his fellow cast and crew and costing the production what The Wrap suggested was a considerable amount of money. The piece also alleged, as Johnson helpfully supplies to me himself, this is what the author is saying of the article, as Johnson helpfully supplies to me himself, that I pee in a bottle while working. Yeah, that happened. So he just went out and fully admitted it. Now, like I said, because they have this movie coming out, Red One, that nobody is going to be watching, I think they're out here saying, well, if you just come out here and admit it, The Rock, and just say, like, people ain't really that stressed working out with you, and it's only sometimes that you pee in a bottle, like, I think they thought that would really work, and would be like, okay, so it's fine. The Rock must be wonderful to work with on set. We'll all go see Red One. Like, girl, what did y'all think was going to happen when you released this article of The Rock saying that he did exactly as the publication, as The Wrap had said that he was doing? Like, girl, you really using bottles, Dasani bottles, as urinals? Like, you have got to be kidding me. And the thing is, like I said, I know that you're either tossing them in somebody's face to go dispose of, or you're leaving them around set for somebody to find. Like, those are the only two options. Because if you can be late, which I'm going to get to next, if you could be late 6 hours, 5 hours late to set, allegedly, you know what I mean? You mean to tell me that you can't take 5 minutes to go pee somewhere in the bathroom? You was costing production being late because you got to work out. But you can't take 5 seconds to go pee somewhere. It's absolutely heinous. I don't care what y'all say. Then the article continues and asks him, like, what about the late part of the story? And then Johnson says, yeah, that happens too. But not that amount, by the way. That was a bananas amount. That's crazy, ridiculous. And, the world is so funny. Like, just working anywhere is so funny because The Rock, I'm sure they allowed him, they dealt with him being 3-4 hours, how many hours late? Because he want to be in somebody's gym or something. I mean, I don't know, so whatever he doing, peeing in somebody's bottle, right? Like, they will allow him to be hours late, but I promised you, if you was like a PA on set, or, I mean, you could be a cameraman on set. If you was working... If you was working on the sets, working on anything else, they gonna want everybody to be there when the call time comes. But Dwayne talking about, well, I was late, but I wasn't that late. Girl, you was late enough for, publications to write hit pieces on you. Girl, like, that was late enough, clearly. Where you costing a production, allegedly, they doing reports of you costing production millions of dollars. Get out of my face. Johnson says that overall the controversy was BS. Cass Dan, who directed Red One, tells me that Johnson, quote, never missed a day of work ever. And it's just like, okay, we can see what y'all saying, girl. We can read between the lines. You never said that he was never late. You said that he never missed a day of work ever. He has a lot going on. And like all these excuses that y'all would give people like The Rock and then be so gagged when you turn around and have to spend millions of dollars extra on production when, like I said before, y'all would not allow anybody else to show up late on your set, girl. Like, that's just and so it's just like, okay, so what are y'all willing to deal with when it comes to The Rock? And I don't think that I think that as time passes, the more y'all gonna realize like, okay, it's costing us to put The Rock in anything. His name is not selling like this movie is not going to I just don't think anybody gonna watch Red One. Like, come on now. Come on now. The director continues. He said, honestly, I've made 3 big movies with him. I've never seen him be anything but great to every single person on the set. And it's just like, okay, I bet you haven't. I bet you're just like, girl, I don't care what he did to you. I don't care that he, is walking around here like it's his personal urinal. I'm sure that y'all were just like, girl, let's just make it work and see if we can make some money. And y'all can't even do that. I'm sure that y'all can, as time passes, y'all realize y'all can't eat. It's going to cost y'all to put this man in anything. Then they had Chris Evans come out here and try and be like, oh, well, Dwayne Johnson's not that bad. And listen to how Chris Evans had to talk around the point, or just like I don't know. It just felt so weird. He said, in terms of the guy that I saw compared to some of the things I've seen on other movies with other actors who are not only not conscious of other people's time and efforts, but they're unpredictable, I found Dwayne to be, we all know exactly what he's going to do when he's going to do it. And it's just like, y'all really think that speaking like this about this man is giving like damage control? Like, y'all really think these vague statements of like, well, he was kind of all right, maybe a little bit to work with. I've seen worse. Like, what are you talking about? Why did y'all even write this art? Why did y'all even okay this article? Chris Evans acknowledged that Johnson would work out in the morning before coming to set, but this is something that the producers, the director, and it's all his team, so they all know this, so it's all basic. It's not like he's late unexpectedly, and I wouldn't even call it late. Chris, what are you talking about? He comes in slightly later on certain mornings, but it's part of the plan. It's worked into the schedules, and everyone knows it. So he shows up when he's scheduled to show up. And it's like, girl, do y'all know that what y'all sound like right now is when that lady said, there is no war in Ba Sing Se? Like, do y'all know that? There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Do you know that this is how this article sounds? Like, well, he's late, but I mean, what should we expect from the right? Yeah, he pees in bottles, but I mean, it's all right. Johnston prides himself on his directness. He's being direct now. Yeah, he was sometimes late. Yes, he peed in bottles on set. He believes in taking accountability for what he is accountable for. Anyway, I've said 1,000 times, hey, I'm here. Come and ask me and I'll tell you the truth. The Rock, that's not what happened. What are y'all talking about? Y'all acted like this was not happening. His company was just like, girl, I don't know what they talk about. I don't know what this piece is talking about. His company came out, and now that everyone's like, oh, well, girl, I wouldn't want to do it anybody peeing on set. Like, if I had to work next to somebody doing this, peeing in bottles on set, like, girl, I wouldn't have to do that. Now that that's a strong current of thought, y'all coming out here talking about damage control. Like, this looks so pathetic. Evans tells a more cheerful story from the set of Red One. And I guess, I'm not going to go into it, but like, I guess as the article went on, Chris Evans ended up like pivoting to this feel-good story about Dwayne where he gave away hundreds of thousands of dollars or something like that. And it's like, great. I wish I was one of the people who got some coin, girl, because, I got a couple bills to pay. Red is quickly approaching. But I'm just like, all right, y'all tried to tell this feel-good story. And I'm just like, how did the PAs feel taking them bottles to the dumpster? Like, girl, y'all talk about this feel-good story. Y'all talking about, oh, well, he was bad, but he wasn't that bad. And it's just like, girl, it's still not negating the fact that I'm sure this was a terrible experience for some people on set to be working by him, next to him, especially people who don't have like these big industry names, right? Like, how did he treat them? So I don't know. I thought I would give y'all that update. I'm not reading this full article because that's crazy that y'all even think that this was a good attempt at damage control to tell us that, yes, he actually did the crazy things. So tell me what y'all think. I just had to bring it to y'all because I already had talked about this when it first dropped because I cannot believe, like, I don't know. We watch way too much TV to not be concerned about like the safety of these actors and these workers on set. And just because you got a big name, girl, do not mean that I got to deal with the stench, with the odor of a urinal in a Dasani water bottle. Get out of my face. Thank y'all so much for watching. Love y'all so much. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace. All right, y'all, make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, this sequel, is following up the first book that is already released called Xeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff. So just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. It's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Xeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Xeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Xeraxia.com, sign up, join the waitlist, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.